It is better to be alone than in bad company. Be careful with the people you choose to surround yourself with, because, by default, others will judge you based on the company you keep. In this quote by George Washington, we learn that it's important to choose our circle of friends wisely. To be connected with a group of people who stand by their moral principles and who seek to be good. We are encouraged to do the same thing because the company we keep, whether we are aware of it or not, will influence our way of thinking and our actions. If you find yourself with bad company, then never be afraid to walk away or distance yourself. There is no shame in being alone, and you certainly should not put up with bad behavior just for the sake of having people around or fitting in. Good and genuine people will find a way to enter your life at some point. But first, you have to stay away from the people holding you back from finding good companions. Friendship is a plant of slow growth and must undergo and withstand the shocks of adversity before it is entitled to the appellation. Friendship is not something that can be built in a single moment. It takes years of understanding, respect, and love before you can reap its fruit. Nowadays, it's easy to find people to connect with. Social media made it possible to meet and connect with someone within a few minutes. But for how long did these instant relationships last? Friendship starts with getting to know each other and finding common interests. The more time you spend with your friend, the more you get to know them. Their likes and dislikes, their favorite food or favorite band. It's a connection built upon years of being able to feel their presence and trust them wholeheartedly. In this quote, George Washington is trying to tell us that friendship needs to be worked on. The more work and time you put into it, the sweeter the results. Remember that true friends will support you to achieve good things, and they are never afraid to stop you when you're about to do something dangerous. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Have you ever been in a situation where you were confronted by your conscience? In this time and age, how often do we hear our conscience? And how often do we listen to it? When you are about to take a step that would benefit you, but at the same time would affect and hurt someone else, do you listen to that little voice at the back of your head? Would you listen to it when it's trying to appeal to your better nature? Often we are facing this kind of situation when we have to choose to do what's best for us, regardless if it means stepping on other people, or to do what is best for everyone, even though there is not much to gain from it. The truth is, there is so much to gain when we act not for ourselves, but for everyone around us. we gain that irreplaceable feeling of being satisfied and contented with our actions. In this quote by George Washington, we learn that we should let our conscience help and guide us to always do the right thing. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. This quote by George Washington teaches us that the best excuse is always the truth. The more you cover up your actions with excuses that are made out of lies, the more you are burdened with making up details that would make your story seem believable, not to mention the amount of pressure that builds up inside you with every question. So it is better to unburden yourself from the humiliation and pressure of making a bad excuse and simply tell the truth. If you're late for school because you weren't able to set your alarm or are unable to wake up from your alarm, if your teacher asks for your reason, tell the truth. With this, regardless if he or she believes you or not, you have nothing to hide, and there is no longer a need to make up excuses. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Liberty is freedom, whether it be to express ourselves, share our opinions, or follow our dreams in life. It should take shape in the hearts of everyone because we deserve to create a life free from regrets and doubts. In this quote by George Washington, we learn that when we start to express ourselves and follow our dreams, we also liberate ourselves from the things that keep us from taking action. It also reminds us that once liberty is established, it will continue to inspire acts of freedom within everyone who witnesses it. When you are in doubt, if your ideas for the world are worth sharing, always remember that we are free people. We deserve a chance to express and be heard, especially when we have ideas that can shape the world and make it better. Truth will ultimately prevail where there is pains to bring it to light. The truth will always find a way out, especially if there is someone eager to uncover it. We are all aware that the truth can't be kept forever. At some point, our conscience gets the best of us, and we tell the truth to those deserving of it, or someone else finds out and tells on our behalf. Either way, it will eventually prevail. Telling the truth instead of keeping it sets us free because when we keep the truth from others, we are always on guard, always worried about how our loved ones would react when all our secrets are revealed. Letting it go liberates us from the pressure and the burden it exerts, which is mentally and emotionally draining. This quote by George Washington reminds us that the truth, in the end, will find a way to be known.